UFC 314, this is the weigh-in recap show. We're going to take a look at these fighters on the scale, check them out at the ceremonials, see how they rehydrated, go over the picks, look at the underdog of the week, see if I'm flipping any picks. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it right away. Starting off the card, we got Haley Cohen taking on Nora Cornell. The official pick was Haley Cohen, and I'm sticking with it. So, when they hit the scale, wrong one, my bad. Nora missed weight. She came in, I want to say the first time she weighed in twice. The first time, I believe she came in at like 138. She came in the second time, 137 and a half. And, she got dressed. It only took a half a pound off. I'm getting more and more confident with my pick. I'm rocking with Haley Cohen. I think she's going to, to be able to do some damage in this fight, possibly win it on the scorecards. I think she might, use some wrestling and pull it off. Nora, I'm not upset that she missed weight because I'm picking against her, but, it's sad when fighters do miss weight because, they're held to a higher standard. But, sometimes things happen. Mistakes are mistakes. Something obviously went wrong. She looked really drained, too. I don't know if you guys could see it in her face, but walking up to the scale, she looked really depleted. But let's take a look at them at the ceremonials. Here's Haley looking strong, representing for America. And then we got Nora, the French. You can definitely tell she's French by, these teeth. They don't really, I heard they're not, really big fans of toothpaste over there, but Haley Cohen, that's the pick. Here's the face-off. They hugged it out. I wouldn't be hugging it with somebody that missed weight, but it is what it is. Rocking with Haley Cohen to win. Definitely, a solid underdog if you guys are, looking to make some money. Let's see. Did the odds move on this fight? Minus 190. Yep. About the same. I expect the fight to go distance, so let's see what they got it at. Over 2.5, minus 200. That's actually not bad for a women's fight. Usually this line would be like minus 600, minus 400. It's honestly not bad. It definitely could be like a parlay piece. What they got for Haley Cohen inside the distance plus 425. That's not bad. I don't think nobody's going to get a finish, but Cohen by decision plus 240. Yep. I'm rocking with Haley Cohen, and I think we're going to start the card off right with a W. So let's get it going. Next up, we got, oh no, my bad. Tresean Gore taking on Marco Tulio. The official pick was Marco Tulio. I'm rocking with it. I think he's going to be too powerful. The striking is too much for Tresean Gore. I do like Tresean Gore. He's a really good overall fighter. He's pretty good in every realm, but I think the striking of Marco Tulio is just gonna be a little too much for him. We take a look at them on the scale. Oh yeah, here's Nora. You definitely tell she looked a little sunken in here, but Marco may weight, no issues, 186. Looking pretty good on the scale. And they got it a little out of order. I'm skipping ahead here. I'm trying to find Tresean. See if I could do this. Boom. Wrong button. Tresean. I can't type. Good Lord, I can't type. Where is Tresean Gore? Obviously, they posted the photos in order. Tresean did come a little later, so bear with me. We're going to find him. You guys are getting, a little look ahead. Oh, they don't got him. Okay, that's weird. I skip ahead? He definitely weighed in. He made weight. I can't find it for some reason. MMA Junkie, fix your website. Here is the ceremonial. They got him here. He made weight, no issues. 186. 186. Here's the face-off. Tresean was up in his grill. I'm rocking with Marco, though. I think he's going to find a finish. Yeah. I like Tresean Gore, but I do think he did say he wanted to fight on the UFC Atlanta card, too, in June. I'm trying to go to that as well, but I don't know if he'll be able to recover. I do expect a knockout in this one. line plus 330, minus 400. I think he definitely had some movement on this line. I think he opened up at like, yeah, minus 220. Definitely had some, movement on the line. I expect Marco Tulio to find a finish. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a win on the scorecards, but rocking with Marco Tulio for the W. Next up, we got Sumadarji taking on Mitch Raposo. I'm rocking with Sumadarji. I know he's on a 3-fight loss streak, but we've seen this, last week. I want to say the week before, Ode Osborne got the knockout when he was on a 3-fight skid. I think Sumadarji could find one too. He's a better striker. I think he has the better overall MMA game plan too. Mitch Raposo, he did come in short notice against Andre Lima last time out, but he just looked really. So I don't think it was stage fright either. This was his debut, as you could clearly see. But I don't think it was stage fright. I just think he did not know what to do, So there's a difference between stage fright and just not being able to perform. I think Sumadarji is going to have not, the striking that Andre Lima has, but he's going to be able to keep him at range. Look at the reach, 72 to 64 and a half. I don't see Mitch Raposo being able to overcome that again. I wonder what Andre Lima's reach was. I don't think it was 72, but it was definitely a little longer than, or just a little shorter than Sumadarji. Yeah, 67 and a half. So he had issues with somebody with only a 3.5 inch advantage on him. Sumadarji's got way more than that. I think he's gonna probably piece him up. He's scrappy on the mat too. If you look at the Charles Johnson fight, he had Charles in some compromised positions as well. If Mitch is looking to wrestle, I think Sumadarji can either find the neck or find the finish in this one for sure. We take a look at them on the scales. Here's Mitch, may weight, no issues. Looking pretty muscular. He's pretty cut up. Sumadarji, they got him sleeping. He didn't have an issue making weight, but here's a better picture, smiling. May weight, no issues. And let's go to the ceremonial. Mitch filled back in, rehydrated. Sumadarji with the hang loose. Here's a face off. I'm telling you, the height and the reach advantage is going to be key. His arms pretty much stop at like his thighs. Sumadarji's going to be able to. He's going to find that chin. I'm telling you, he's going to find the chin or he's going to find the neck definitely. Sumadarji for the W. Next up, we got Mikhail Olajaychuk taking on Cedricus Dumas. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I almost pick flipped here. The reason I say that is did some more research on this fight. Mikhail Olajaychuk is actually training with the Fighting Nerds. I'm not going to pick flip because of that. There have been, a few other fighters that have trained with the Fighting Nerds and they've lost. Olajaychuk, he's going to be at a grappling disadvantage in this fight. I think Dumas is, a little bit more powerful, and I think he's going to have more success in the striking. I know Olajaychuk he's a pretty decent boxer, but he does have this pretty impressive win over Chidi Njokuani with a knockout, but he was getting hurt in that fight as well. The Michel Pieta, he got ran through. Kevin Holland got his arm broken. And then the Shara fight, it wasn't too bad. He went 3 full rounds with him, but Shara didn't incorporate any wrestling in that fight. Olajaychuk, I want to say Olajaychuk actually took him down, but Shara's not a wrestler. Dumas, he's solid overall. Striking, I think he has more power. I think he can, hurt Mikhail. I wouldn't be surprised if Mikhail's, boxing him up early, but I expect Cedricus Dumas to find a win. Definitely take him down and, use his MMA. Here is the official weigh-ins. OJJ, he just got like a regular, physique, nothing really impressive. Dumas, pretty much the same. He's a little more cut up though. You can see here he's, more muscular. Dumas was 185. Olejczyk was 186. You would think it would be the other way around, but both of them made weight, no issues. It's ceremonial. Yeah, he just got like the regular, dad bod going on. And then here is Dumas throwing them foes up. I think he's gonna find a W, man. Here's the face off. Slight height advantage. What's the height on these guys? 6'2", 6 feet, yeah. And he's got 5 inches in reach. If Dumas, I don't see him. I never saw like a very strong, efficient jab from him. But if he's able to use one in this fight, that would definitely be key. And I could see him maybe hurting Mikal. We take a look at the odds. Well, Jacek is a big favorite. Minus 230, plus 195 for Dumas. I think he's got some value on him. I know a lot of people are, giving him some crap for not the Rusuboyev KO, because if you really watch that fight, he got poked in the eye. But this Josh Frim loss, a lot of people give him a little slack for that. But I just watched an interview of him today, and he said he was, doing a little dope in that fight. So he said he walked into that fight high as hell. So I'm gonna give him a little pass on that. But you gotta, dial that in, bro. A loss to Josh Frim does not look good, especially when, Trayshawn Gord almost ripped his head off. Go watch that fight if you guys haven't. I thought, Josh Frim was gonna die. That's how bad he was. He had him in a really bad choke. But yeah, I'm gonna stay with Dumas. I almost pick flipped, but I'm gonna stay with Dumas. I think he gets a W, a weird W, maybe decision, maybe TKO. But I'm going with Dumas. Next up, that's it for the early prelims. Going on to the regular prelims. We got Darren the Damage Elkins taking on Juicy J Julian Erosa. I almost pick flipped here. Nah, I'm rocking with Juicy J. Darren, he is a grinder. He is a wrestler, but his striking is not up to par with someone like Julian Erosa. Not that Julian Erosa is, this amazing striker, but I definitely rate his striking a lot better or a lot higher than Darren Elkins. Darren Elkins can push a pace, so it'll be interesting to watch. I wouldn't be surprised if he's able to, take Julian Erosa down or anything like that. Julian, I think he'll, he likes to jump to Gilly. I think he will do it a few times in this fight, but if he starts getting too comfortable with it, then it will be an issue. But I'm rocking with Juicy J. I think he's gonna, piece Darren Elkins up, maybe even, send him into retirement. He is on a, a bit of a high right now, though. The Daniel Pineda win was pretty impressive, but I think, looking back at it, Pineda in that fight, I don't know if his heart was in it. He after the fight was over, he retired, so he might have walked into that one and was just like, I'm gonna just, give this little last bit of effort and, call it a career. So on paper, it looks good. The fight was actually really good, but I don't know if Pineda was all the way there. Here is the official weigh-ins. Julian made weight, no issues. Pretty much like a, it kind of looks like he plays, like he's a bowler. That's the type of energy I'm getting. Like he does ping pong or he bowls or something like that. Darren Elkins looking like somebody's uncle that works on cars at their house. He's been able to stick around for some time. The Damage. Let's check out the ceremonial weigh-in. Definitely filled back out. Rehydrated pretty well. Here's Darren Elkins, same thing. He's got a lot of miles on him though. You could tell. That's tattoo definitely reciprocates, what's on his face. But here's face off. I think Julian's gonna give him the hands, man. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a Bobby Green, Jim Miller type of fight. I think Julian's, he's got some pretty solid hand speed, and I think he's gonna be able to, use that to his advantage in this fight. The odds, yeah, he's pretty big favorite, minus 260, plus 220. I will say though, if you like Darren Elkins because he's a grinder, a solid value to, excuse me, throw down on him. Let's see what excuse me. Over 2.5 rounds, -115. I wonder what Elkins inside the distance +625. Erosa is expected to slight favorite, to finish this fight. It might be like a scrappy, 29-28. I wouldn't be surprised if it's a split decision either. Erosa by decision +160, TKO +850. What's submission? 12. Oh no, that's Elkins. +375. Yeah, he chasing props if he trying to, find the method of victory. I think it'll be like a scrappy 29-28 type of victory for Julian or Rosa. I'm sticking with Julian though. We rolling through it. Next up, Chase the Dream Hooper taking on Jim A10 Miller. Chase Hooper's the pick. Big favorite. -900. I think a lot of people are expecting to finish because of that Bobby Green, that Bobby Green loss. The Damon Jackson submission was pretty cool. I called it. I wish I was recording when I called it because that was that was a pretty solid call. Chase Hooper, the old man, the grandpa beater. Let's take a look at them on the scales. I think Chase Hooper is live for a finish, but I do think it's gonna go decision. I'm leaning more decision in this one. I am impressed with Chase Hooper's hands, but I don't think he's as quick as Bobby Green. Bobby Green's speed is definitely what gave Jim Miller a lot of trouble in that fight. Chase, he's looking pretty solid. He's a father now, so definitely if you haven't noticed, that definitely motivates fighters a lot more when they have a child that they're fighting for. Jim Miller on the scales, made weight, no issues, 156. He's solid, man. He's been around for a while. He's talking about trying to get 50 UFC fights. God is crazy. Here's Chase at the ceremonials. Definitely a different physique from when he made his debut. Completely different version of him. Jim Miller, solid veteran. New school jiu-jitsu probably gets it done though. Here's a face-off. Chase Hooper's pretty. Is he 6'1"? Yeah, 6'1", 5'8", 74 inches or 71. I thought it would be a little bit more, but let's see what the submission line look like. -125. Everybody's expecting him to sub him up. I wouldn't be surprised, but I do think it'll go decision. Probably unanimous. +325. What's Jim Miller by KO? +900. Hey, the old man still got some hands, so all it takes is one sometimes. Wouldn't be shocked. I'm rocking with Chase Hooper, though. I don't think he finds a shot. Let's roll through it. Next up, we got Verna. I don't know how to say her nickname. Verna Jandiroba taking on Yan Xiaonan. I'm picking Verna still. I think she might submit Yan Xiaonan. It's all depending on Yan's takedown defense. Did she improve it? What does her, defensive grappling look like now? Is the ref going to save her? Is the ref going to wake her up this time? I don't think so. I think Verna is live for submission. I think she definitely gets it done. Let's take a look at them on the scales. Here's Verna. You looking at me? Are you looking at me, motherfucker? No, I'm just joking. May weight, 116, no issues. Here's Yan. Yan looks cut up, I gotta say. When you see her at the ceremonial, she definitely looks cut up in this fight. May weight, no issues, 116. Here's Verna. She's pretty muscular too. Here's Yan. bowing out for the people in Miami. Here's the face off. Pretty similar in size. Jan definitely looks to be, more muscular. She's got power in those hands, so Verna better watch out. I think Verna gets it done, though. I think she's going to be able to take her down, and I think she gets a submission to give her the number one contender status in the strawweight division. And we'll probably get Weili, Verna, maybe like December, November, October, somewhere in the fourth quarter, I would expect. Weili, she doesn't fight as often as I would like her. I think she only fights like once or twice a year. But yeah, the last fight was 11 months, and then she fought Tatiana, beginning of this year. So yeah, I think Ian will probably fight the winner. Well, I don't think it. Not Ian. Weili, Zhang Weili. I don't think she fights. If Yan wins, I don't think she fights Yan or Jesus. If Yan wins, I don't think she fights Zhang immediately. I think she'll probably need like one more fight. But if Verna wins, they're definitely gonna book that. So I'm rocking with Verna. I think she gets it done. Did I look at the lines? Verna by sub. Plus 240. Yan by TKO plus 500. Hey, she's live. It's DGen, but it's live. I'm rocking with Verna. Next up, we got Dan 50K Ige taking on Sean the Sniper Woodson. I'm rocking with Sean. The length is way too much, bro. When you see the face offs, you're gonna be like, oh shit. Yeah. What's the reach? 78 to 71. 7 inches. I thought it'd be a little bit more. I thought he was around like 80 inches, but this is big to overcome. I don't think Dan Ige has the boxing to do it either. Sean Woodson, he's sneaky on the feet, bro. I'm telling you. He's got really good long range weapons. If you close the distance on him, he's not afraid to throw the knees up the middle, the elbows. He's a really good striker. He's on like a 6-fight win streak maybe. Let's take a look. He's got some solid W's under his record too. The last loss, he got subbed by Julian Rosa. That was 2020. He hasn't lost since 2020. So he beat Zalal by decision. I gotta watch that fight again. I don't even remember that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-fight win streak. Jordan, Caceres, Padilla knockout, Bazooka decision is pretty solid. I'm telling you, the Zalal win definitely ages really well too. TKO over Terrence McKinney on Contender Series. Damn, Terrence McKinney's getting knocked out by everybody. I really like Terrence McKinney. Damn. But yeah, let's take a look at them on the scale. Sean Woodson. He's tall, bro. He's really tall. He's really lanky. He's got power. He's going to be a little too much for Dan Ige. Here's Dan with the pedo mustache. Both made weight, no issues. 146. Let's take a look at the ceremonials. Dan looks in good shape. Looks in solid shape. Definitely compared to, the Diego Lopes fight. But Dan looks like he's in really good shape. I wonder what his camp looked like to, deal with this reach. But I think Sean is going to get it done. I think TKO is live too. I wouldn't be surprised if he cracks him with like a big elbow down the middle. I could see Dan loading up on like an overhand, dipping his head. You dip that head against Sean Woodson, he's going to find the shot. And I could definitely see a knee up the middle or an uppercut. His boxing is crisp. He could definitely finish. He's got these long, lanky limbs. I wish they showed his legs. He's long as hell, bro. He can submit you. He could finish you. He can win on the scorecards, but I think TKO is live. And what? Let's take a look at Dan Ige. Dan Ige has never been knocked out. I think Sean Woodson can do it. I think he can, bro. He's 10-8 in the UFC. I think Sean Woodson could do it. He's very precise, hence the name the sniper. I'm rocking with Sean Woodson. Next up, to open up the main card, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Drop a W in the chat for your boy. Share the video with some of your friends if you're enjoying it. We got Nikita Krylov taking on Dominic, the lock of the week, Reyes. Dominic is the pick. I'm super confident in him, or I wouldn't have locked him as the week, or made him the lock of the week. His hands are too powerful. Definitely quicker on the feet. Takedown defense is solid. Nikita Krylov, he likes to cause a little bit of chaos, but I'm not concerned with it. Dominic definitely knows how to keep his composure. He definitely find the shot. I don't see Krylov, taking him down left and right. Probably land like one or two, but when he gets back to the feet, it's gonna be an issue. Dominic Reyes, if you don't know, I want to say he played football in it's like Southern California. I can't think of the city, but I used to live there momentarily. But yeah, dude's a solid athlete. He's got pretty good hips. He's twitchy. I'm telling you, he's gonna find the shot and knock him off. Dominic Reyes on the scale. He's never been, physically impressive or whatever, but he's a solid dude. He's got the beard, so, Nikita's going to be whiffing a lot of shots coming through the beard. If you don't know, that helps sometimes. I don't have one, as you can tell, so I don't know. Nikita, he looks pretty good on the scale. He's ripped. For him to, come off a 2-year layoff, he definitely looks prepared and ready for this fight. But I think Dominic is going to find that chin, bro. He's going to find that chin. Nikita Krylov, how many times he's been knocked out? Once. It's sub 6 times. So Dominic could definitely be the second person, and I'm confident he will be. Let's take a look at the ceremonial. There's Dominic. Hit the scale, 206. I believe they both were 206. Like I said, he's never, he's not that physically impressive, but he's a solid dude. Nikita looks solid. Looks ready. Here's a face off. Dom's going to find that chin, bro. I'm telling you. He's already sizing him up. Nikita, he's not. Today, I don't think he's top 10 material. If we look at the light heavyweight top 10, here I'll go to UFC. I'll go to UFC and do the official rankings, because sometimes Tapology, gets it a little wrong. Let's look at light heavyweight. Magomed, Alex, Yeri, Carlos, Jamal, Jan, Rakic, Khalil, Krylov, Ozdemir, Johnny Walker. I'm telling you right now, Reyes is getting him out of here. Ozdemir is borderline. Walker should not be top 10. Guskov could definitely get Walker out of there. Anthony Smith, he should be, out of there. I don't know. Is he still on the roster? Because if not, then Alonzo Minifield, he got that, that win against Julius Walker last time out, but I'm not impressed with him either. Bad IQ. Bogdan Guskov and the guy that fought last week, Uran Satibadiev, I want to see that fight. But yeah, Nikita and Johnny Walker definitely are not top 10 light heavyweights. Division's getting pretty thick. We got some, some contenders on the rise. Krylov does not belong here. I'm going with Dominic Reyes. Lock of the week. I'm sticking with it. Next up, we got the people's main event. Bryce, Thug Nasty Mitchell. I done put a lot of dogs down in my day. And when they come attack my family, when I'm done with them, they all squeal. Hey, this is the people's main event. John Silva by knockout. Bryce Mitchell, I'm sorry, brother, but it's gonna happen again. I know he's got the win over Kron Gracie, TKO. Kron Gracie is not good, and he was on his back most of the fight, just trying to play jujitsu. Uh, it's not an impressive W. Yeah, he's not coming off the Josh Emmett knockout. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. John Silva is going to do even worse. I'm telling you. Minus 220, rightfully so. John Silva weighed in for the first time. He actually missed weight, 147. They gave him, another hour to cut. Came back, made it, 146, easy. A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, he missed weight. Nah, bro. He did. Don't get me wrong. But I don't think it was a hard weight cut for him. He came back and made it no issues. Crawled underneath the little thing that they have to cover them up when they're naked. When just barking at Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell. John Silva by knockout, bro. I'm telling you. Let's go back to John by knockout. I think it's like plus 100. Silva inside distance minus 130. Silva by TKO KO plus 100. So go smash that. I'm telling you. He's going to knock him out. Where is Bryce? Did we look at Bryce? No, because they showed him 4 times. Here's Bryce. May weight. No issues, 146. He almost, he ran off the scale. They couldn't even get a picture of him, but I'm surprised they got this one. Here is, they got it out of order, man. Here's John. Look at him. He's ripped. He's ready to go. Hurr, 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 hurr. He's going to knock him out, bro. I'm telling you. Thug Nasty. He's locked in. Look at the face off. He's locked in, bro. I appreciate Bryce Mitchell for making this entertaining, but he's going to sleep, brother. He's going to sleep. John Silva by knockout was the official pick. And I will say, if Bryce Mitchell beats John Silva, it's definitely a fraud check. I saw that going around on Twitter. It's definitely a fraud check if he beats him. Especially if he wrestle fucks him. It's definitely a fraud check. Next up, Yair Rodriguez, El Pantera, taking on Patricio Pitbull. I'm going to pick flip. On this one. Yair at the press conference the other day, I don't know, kind of gave me an insight that he's not locked in for this fight. He's got a lot of things on his mind. I know he's said he's in the best shape of his career, but when you look at what Pitbull was saying or hear what he was saying, he's not here to, replicate what Michael Chandler did and put on fun fights. He's here to be a champion. Yair had the chance to be a champion and, he folded. I said in the official breakdown, his IQ has been called to question a few times, and I can't overlook it again in this fight. Pitbull is a champion, 3-time champion, 3-division champion, I believe. I think he's gonna find a way to get it done. I think he's gonna use his grappling, definitely exploit Yair. I don't think he's gonna stay on the feet with him. It wouldn't be wise, in my opinion. I think he's definitely a tad bit slower, but if he utilizes the wrestling and the grappling, I think he could pull it off. So I'm a flip. My official pick will be Patricio Pitbull. I don't know the method, but I'm going with Patricio. Here is the official weigh-ins. He was on the scale. I forgot what he said, but he was like, guys, I'm here to be champion. Something along those lines. He looks good too. 145, made championship weight. Not 146, not 145 and a half, 145. So he's showing he's serious, bro. Yair may weight, no issues. He's not fighting a Michael Chandler. He's not fighting a guy that just wants to entertain. He's fighting a champion. Man, I can't overlook it. Patricio locked in, bro. Locked in. Look at him. He's locked in. Here's the face-off. I know that, that height and the reach advantage was definitely something that I mentioned, but I think Pitbull's going to find a way to get it done. He's done it before, so I'm not going to doubt him. I've doubted Yair. So, why would I go against somebody that I have no doubts in? I'm going with Patricio. What is Patricio inside distance? They got a different name. Inside distance plus 275. I wouldn't be surprised if he, uh, uh, does something similar to what Volkanovski did. So I'm going with Patricio. I think he's gonna get it done. Official, pick flip. Next up, we got the co-main event. We got Michael Chandler taking on Patty the Baddie Pimblett. Patty the Fatty Pimblett. Patty the Daddy, because he's a father now. Pause. Patty Pimblett is the pick. Inside the distance. He definitely, if you guys are unaware, he sat down with Daniel Cormier. He said, "I'm going to submit Michael Chandler." Everybody's talking about how Charles didn't submit him. I'm going to make it look pretty easy. Charles, he knocked him out in the first fight. Second fight, he had a little bit more difficulty, but he was, well, not really. He was whooping his ass the entire fight. Fifth round, Michael did some damage and made it entertaining. But that's all he's good for, is making entertaining fights. John Anik even said it on the weigh-in show, if you guys watched that. He's like, it doesn't seem like, Michael Chandler is here to win. Seems like he's here to entertain. And that's what Michael Chandler has been this entire time in the UFC. He's 2-5. Let's look at it. He's 2-5. The Tony Ferguson and the Dan Hooker win. Dan Hooker win, sure, it looks good on paper, but Charles Oliveira, knockout. Justin Gaethje was getting whooped. He first round was cool, but after that, whooped. Then he came back, had kicked Tony Ferguson. Look at Tony Ferguson now. Where is he? GFL, that they can't even, get an event underway. It just got canceled. Subbed by Dustin Poirier, and then got torched by Oliveira for 4.5 rounds. Patty Pimblett inside the distance is definitely live. I think it's going to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if he knocks him out or if he, subs him up. Patty looks good on the scale, 156. He looks locked in. He looks ready. Michael Chandler, I don't think he's ever missed weight. But if you guys watch the Embedded series, the dude was taking like 80 different vitamins and stuff. So he's definitely, caring about his physique. But don't pick him just because he looks good, on the scales and stuff. I'm telling you, he's going to get finished. He's going to get caught up in the moment, the bright lights, Miami. Oh, I just want to entertain Conor McGregor. See you at the top. Nah, bro. He's going to sleep. I'm telling you he's going to sleep. By knockout or by submission. Here they are at the ceremonials. Patty looks good, bro. Patty looks good. I'm telling you, damn. This thing keeps jumping ahead. Face off. Michael Chandler has shoes on, so they're not the same height. Patty's definitely taller than him. I think he's a little bit, he might be a little stronger than Michael Chandler, honestly. But Patty inside the distance is the official pick. I'm going with it. I'm rocking with it. Let's take a look at the betting lines. Patty, I think Patty's submission is like plus money. Decision plus 600, TKO 250, submission 220. Either one of them. What's inside distance? Patty minus 120. So it is, tough to pick which method of victory for Patty, but I think he's going to submit him. Sorry, I was thinking. What I am interested in, I thought it would be a little better than that. Chandler inside of 1 round plus 375. I thought it would be higher than that. I thought it'd be like plus 7. 375. That's cool, but I thought the odds would be a little better. a little bit better than that. But I'm rocking with Patty. Submission or TKO. Patty Pimblett is gonna win. I'm telling you. Next up, we got the main event of the evening: Alexander the Great Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes. Diego Lopes by, however, finish, knockout, submission, scorecards. I think it's gonna be a knockout though. Diego's too quick for him. The extended combinations has definitely given Volkanovski trouble. Look at the Ilya Topuria fight. When he pushed the combination past 3 punches, he went to sleep. So Diego could definitely replicate that. If he wants to, wrestle Diego, the submissions are there. He's already said in the interview, like, he's more, trickier on the ground. So I don't see Volk trying to play jiu-jitsu with him. If he wants to stay on the feet and try to, jab and leg kick his way to a victory, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I know he looks to be in great shape. It's not going to happen, bro. I'm telling you. And I really do like Volk, but it's not going to happen. May weight, no issues. A little sunken in, but he used to play rugby at like 200 pounds, so cut him some slack. He's made, the featherweight limit time and time again. Diego Lopes looks shredded, though. He looked shredded. Look at him. What is that? Is that just my shit? Is that just my computer screen, or is that something on his arm? Or it might just be like a muscle or something like that. Where we at? Yeah, Diego looks shredded though. Let's look at the ceremonial. Shredded, bro. He's shredded. He's ready. When Joe Rogan interviewed him, he said, "Yo, look, I know this is your boy, but it's my time, bro. And I think he's gonna make it come true. Dream, believe, and make it happen. That's what's gonna happen." Volk, I respect you, bro, but I think we're gonna see our GOAT get chinned 3 times in a row. No fighter ever in history has been knocked out back to back and won a championship. So can Volk be the one to defy the odds? Yeah. Is it gonna be against Diego Lopes? No. Here's the face off. The reach and the height advantage. What's the reach? I don't think it's that much. An inch. But Volk has said that this is wrong. So it's definitely more than an inch. I'm telling you, Diego is going to find this chin. And Brazil, Mexico. Brazil, you have another champion, another featherweight champion. Diego Lopes will be the 6th ever featherweight champion in history. And I hope he makes his first defense on, what is it, UFC Noche in September. If Patricio wins, that might be the fight. If I forgot, Movzar was supposed to fight Aaron, his name Aaron Pico. I don't know if that fight. I think that fight fell through, but I don't want to see a Movzar in a title fight. You make him fight two, three more times. No, but if Pitbull wins, then I think they're gonna give him the title shot. And Diego versus Pitbull at UFC Noche definitely sounds a lot better than Diego versus Movzar. So Diego Lopes is the pick. I think he's gonna knock Alexander out, and we see another great go down. Look at Adesanya. That's what I meant to say too. Lost the belt against Sean Strickland, got clipped in that in that first round. Was just getting absolutely beat up. It could look a lot similar to that. Came back, looked better, on the scales. He put on muscle. He said he did some things differently. And I got to say, I'm Israel Adesanya is one of my top 5 favorite fighters of all time. So I just got to be honest though. He came back, incorporated some different things in his diet, looked better on the scales, took some time off, let his mind breathe, and he came back, fought DDP, got submitted. Then he was like, learned my lesson, came back, fought Imavov, got knocked out. I think it's gonna look a lot similar to what happened to Adesanya. When you're at this level and you've been there for a while and you've already drilled what you're gonna do, what happens when XYZ, it's hard for you to make those adjustments at this level. So I could definitely see Volkanovski coming in. He might incorporate one or two things, but when the guns are firing, it's gonna come back to him, and Diego Lopes is gonna find that chin. That's the pick, brother. Now, who's calling my phone? Let's pull up the parlays. As you guys are aware, we got John Silva, Diego Lopes money line plus 165. Definitely looking to cash on that. We got Diego and Patty inside the distance plus 368. Both of those are definitely bound to happen, and I'm confident, super confident in that. Diego, Patty, and the lock of the week, Dominic Reyes money line plus 691. I'm trying to bring home some cash this card if you guys can't tell. We got Chase Hooper by decision and Verna by sub plus 1200. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the other way around, but it's worth a shot. A lot of people are expecting, Chase Hooper to find the finish, but I'm giving Jim Miller his respect. And then we got John Silva, Sean Woodson, Marco Tulio all by knockout plus 2300 for the big bucks. Makai's money making plays. If you guys didn't see the last video, I'm giving it to you here. I'm trying to make some money on this card, make some revenge or get some revenge from, last week where Brito and Gurule definitely let me down. So I'm coming back with a bang, giving you guys some free plays. Drop a W in the comments if you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys immediately after UFC 314 concludes for the entire full card recap. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you guys when it's over.